I'm Satish, welcoming you to our new show StemRx Beyond Hopes. So today we are having our first guest. Let me introduce him to you. He is MBBS and MS doctor from Austria. He is diplomat in American Board of Regenerative Medicine. Also adjunct assistant professor in surgery from Indiana University, USA. Also, he is chairman and managing director of StemRx Bioscience Solutions. So let me introduce to you Dr. Pradeep Mahajan. Hello sir, we are welcoming you to your very own show StemRx Beyond the Hopes. The name itself is telling us that we are doing something beyond the hopes and StemRx is ahead of this. So sir, at the start of the show, I want to know something about you, that how the word regenerative medicine comes to you and how you started working on it.
Satish, it was a very pleasure moment for me today to be here on this platform, and this particular series which you have taken initiative in StemRx to run the information on Beyond Hope. The concept of Beyond Hope is that the saturation health crisis point where I practiced as a medicine for the last 35 years. As a surgeon, as a professor, as an academician teaching in the school, all that has taught me and brought me a conclusion that still with the modern science which I am practicing, science in which I am a master, science which I have done a PhD, science which I have done a super specialty in Austria, all that's given me a lesson that certain diseases, certain conditions still are challenges for your clinical practice to be the results. On the contrary, what I have seen in the health crisis is patients suffering from cancers, patients suffering with organ failures, patients suffering with autoimmune diseases, patients suffering with genetic diseases, patients suffering with developmental disorders, patients suffering with degenerative conditions, the aging diseases. There's a list of hundreds and thousands of patients which are which are waiting in the queue for the treatment, and we really could not offer any kind of services to them. And I personally had met so many patients in my life where I said, nothing I can do, please, you have to live with it and die with it. So while saying this, it's a very painful situation. You can't so easily say you have to live and you have to die with the disease. It's a very painful situation. That has made me to find out there is something wrong in the system which I am practicing. So I made up my mind, what is that wrong and how can I find out the solution for this? So the question came to my mind was, I'm treating only signs and symptoms. I'm just masking the disease of the patient which is progressing in the body. Their solutions to this progress of the disease is one which was hidden as a hidden box. So I wanted to open this box, Pandora box, to find out what solutions could we offering for these unmet need diseases which there are no solutions, or we can call people have to live, people have to die. And then the suffering of the life is very painful. And when it comes to somebody near and dear to you, I am very confident you will value the cost of losing a life because of there is no source of treatment and you could not do anything and you become handicapped. That was a journey of mine to look into how I can resolve these critical health crisis situation. Then I could realize when I went to the molecular science or biology of the cell, biology of the human body, I could realize these diseases are representing a different category where the standard procedures of surgical cut downs, where standard procedures of using drugs to kill the cells like chemotherapies and antibiotics to kill the bacteria cannot treat these diseases, because the concept of is not killing the cells, killing the bacterium, concept of teaching them, concept of repairing them, because they cannot be your enemy anyway. That was my policy, and they are the part of my body. These bacteria are the part of my body. The cells are part of my body. I have realized that the cells and bacteria which are friendly with me, who maintain my body ecosystem microorganism, are not the same which before disease were there. They have changed their attitude to live in your body. That is where I got the click to understand, if I repair this microbacterium of the body and teach my cells, don't revolt against yourself, like in autoimmune diseases, like cancers, they will make a lot of changes. Second point, in the aging diseases, we never had a solution to understand. In aging diseases like Alzheimer, Parkinson, and many of other conditions, MND, motor neuron disease, then there are various supranuclear palsy, and ALS, all those diseases, they come under the category, now the science has completely understood, they come under the category of unfolded protein responses, UPRs I call them. Now, unfolded proteins, but the moment you get to know unfolded proteins, folded proteins are functional proteins, unfolded proteins are not functional proteins. It is just a simple idea that came to my mind. If unfolded proteins are accumulating in the cell, in the cytosol, and outside the cell, with the aging process where the immune system is going down, hormones are going down, senescent cells are increasing, apoptic cells are increasing, inflammatory cytokines increasing, then how do you expect these cells to function? So they start revolting against you while surviving. And that leads to a disease like cancers, autoimmune diseases, and also aging diseases. So one has to understand what has gone wrong here. And I could read out the inside story of these diseases, and my mind made up of thinking why we can't think of regenerative concept. Concept is how to save the cell, how to teach them, how to regenerate them, and how to repair the systems which have gone with the lifestyle bad, aging process bad, and the degenerative conditions because of the lowering of the human immune systems and hormone system in the body. That is what I made up in my clinical practice, added this as an additional factor and cut down from cell killing cells, drugs, and bacteria killing molecules. So my journey made me to understand, yes, we are the solution for all the diseases which I mentioned now. If we can do that, probably we can bring to solution every disease from genetics to autoimmune, to cancer, to developmental, for aging. I don't find any problem in it now.
So, actually you are a doctor, you are a scientist, but now after listening you, I can say you are a magician because I think you have some magic. Next question I'm going to ask, the answer you have given already. I'm going to ask you that when you are counting something, if you want to reach 100, you have to start from 1, but the answers you already gave us. Still, I want to ask you, when you one start with the regenerative medicine?
I'm a little vagabond person. I don't believe same practicing throughout my life. Because science is dynamic. Every day science is changing. What the science was 50 years before is not today. So there are so many paradigms of medicine and dogmas of medicine which have changed today, which are not true, which have been learning in the medical school till I became graduate, masters and PhDs. What I learned is not true. Everything is changed now. So if the science has changed, the solutions have changed. Science has changed, foundation is changed, molecular science is changed. Now I am getting to know what is an mRNA, how it plays a major role in diseases, in also the protein production. These are the things which we were not knowing once upon a time.
Yes.
So we know now, so we play around with the cells now, human body cells. Now simple stories of fracture, body repairs, we don't repair anything. Head injury, body repairs, we just give drugs to reduce the edema, nothing beyond that. We cannot generate the cells there. Body repairs. So these things are being a system now established at StemRx, where I have made up the regenerative concept, where I'll talk of repairing the cells instead of killing the cells.
Okay. Means the regeneration start from yourself.
It has to
sentence
start.
We carry with StemRx that you carry your own repairing kits.
Yes.
From where this you got this?
I'll tell you. When I started working on this, I very well remember distinctly coming across the concept of we carry our own repairing tools. This is a framework which has come from my mind. When we know my bone marrow is repairing me, my VHL cells are repairing me, my mononuclear cells are repairing, my immune cells are maintaining my immune systems. Who is doing this? So these are the tools and medicine my body nature has given me. Like MSC is a drugstore of your body which gives 800 plus cytokines, chemokines on exosomes as well as vacuoles.
Yes.
Larger vacuoles and smaller vacuoles. These are multi-vacuoles and very small vacuoles. These are one which are playing a microenvironment in the body to repair. Now, once you know this, then playing around it becomes easy. That is how I started working as a single journey. And the first case which I started sometime was a big challenge for me because I was a clinician, I was a surgeon, and I was teaching surgery in the medical school as a professor. And then to add my clinical knowledge to the research was a beautiful meeting point of my success story. Clinical knowledge and the research knowledge. I started my journey beautiful by knowing that there are many conditions where I could combine this clinical application with research application and make the solutions to all those conditions by using you carry your repairing tools in your own body. So those concept of repairing tools was very strong in my mind, and that has given me a kick to know the power of cells. And now I say word magic is not correct. I would say rather know the molecular science, magics will happen. These magics will happen for the reason because you are not taught and you feel it's something different happening. That itself is a magic story to understand. Sometimes people call fairy tale stories. They don't believe how it can happen. It's because they are not taught. They don't know the molecular stories. They know the stem cell concept, cell concept, and also MB concept as well as exome concept, cytokine concept, molecular level working, what's happening at DNA and RNA levels. They are not knowing. So once you come close to this, the concept of we carry your repairing kits or tools is coming in place. That's why the story of the tagline of StemRx, you carry own repairing kits, is powerful too.
I can tell you that it is not a sentence, it is a book. Because this sentence tells you the every story and you can...
Very correct. This sentence carries the meaning of whole your body, and said more than textbook is a whole depth of knowledge of science. In this word is there, and that word says you can repair. You can repair. Before the disease, the way you were there, you can become again. Not the process of repairing going ahead. You can repair and come back to the normal status as if you were not with the disease or you were before the disease. That's a physiological state we have to achieve, and which is very much possible now.
So, sir, nowadays I am working with you. I am looking your work day by day and how you are working, how people meet you, and so many people looking you as a mentor. So, do you have any mentor with you?
This is a very tricky question you asked me. In fact, the journey started was very simple. It was just an event to learn how I can do it. But definitely, as you said, for everybody there's a mentor. Half the journey passed, I have mentors whom came in my life, seeing my work the way I am doing it, and looking at my results, my knowledge, my work, my research. These mentors said me, yes, doc, you're on the right path of research and you're on the right path of regenerative science. Whatever help you require, we would definitely happy to stand in. One of them, I would point them, is Dr. Chandan Sen from US, who is currently Vice Chancellor with the Pittsburgh University, and he was with Indiana also, as well as with the Ohio State. So I am associated with him last more than 8-10 years. His guidelines have changed my thinking process of the medicine, thinking process of health industry, thinking process in the research work, and my life is completely changed now with these mentors guiding me. There are a few of them, but to point them, he is one who has changed my concept of medicine, repairing concept, biology of the human life, cell concept, and also the most important point, he has brought to me certain key knowledges of the human body which are hidden, like bone marrow. Even if you die, the bone marrow cells which are adult, they try to survive by reversing or by expressing embryonic characters and become embryonic cells. These are something innovations for me, and they have taught me, yes, you can do all these things. Life is a magic, life is dynamic, and science is dynamic to learn every day new more and more.
And so what is your strength? Means we always see you When we are going home, you are here, you are working in your office, you are working on your tab, you are writing something, you are searching something, you are explaining something to somebody. When we are coming back to our job in the morning, you are there, you are doing the same thing. The strength from where you got the strength?
See Satish, first of all, when you work, you have to work with a passion, with a love. And then the destination will not be there. There's no destination. It's a journey then. It's a journey.
Yes.
So I don't have a destination where I want to go. There is no end point for my work. Because it will keep on moving. Not me, my kids will take up the journey.
Yeah.
But the journey is unending. And passion of mine, when I see I could do something which the world could not do, my passion to the work multiplies in me. And trust my friends, this passion had made me complete mad with the research. And today, I can tell you, when I read, when I work, when I operate, when I do the treatments, there is no one knows, or even outside people doesn't know, or I doesn't come to know that evening's already happened. There is a darkness has come outside. It comes to know when it's 9:30, 10:30. That time I come to know, it's Raat ho rahi hai. So this is your passion which keeps me attached to find out new technologies. Remember, when you save somebody without organ transplant and regenerating body organ, it's a gift to give someone life.
Yes.
Gift to someone life. If I can save the joints without replacement, I'm gifting the same joints to the lifetime to the patient. And there is nothing better than in this life.
So sir, we have discussed your creation, your strength, your connection and your love. Before some time I have asked you a question about mental, and that time you told me that you are asking me a tricky question. So I want to explain you my trick. I want to show to the world that I have a mentor with me. That's why I asked you the question, and I want to show to the world that I have a mentor with me. So my last question, you are a hope for us. You are a hope for many people. So in short, we want to know who is Dr. Pradeep Mahajan, and the answer will give hope to lots of people.
In fact, this is a question where I had to elaborate about myself. In fact, if you say it's a big journey, in fact, it's a big journey from my medical studies to the research right now which I'm doing it, and my affiliation with various international universities and teaching programs in the US and Maharashtra Institute of Health Sciences, as well as research papers and patent writing. If you look into this journey of mine, it has given me an insight to make my mentorship by myself to begin with. In case in medicine also I had one or two mentors, which was Dr. Subhash Raj, who was a great mentor for me. He has been. Dr. Karamkar was a very good mentor for me. In a surgical career, they have been a very good associate and teaching to me. And I learned from them a lot of them, I tell you, a lot of them. In fact, they used to beat me on knuckle if I do a wrong step in my surgical skills. And then they used to friend after sight. That's the way I have developed my relationship with my mentors. If the same thing today, I have got same mentorship with the people with me whom I have got. There are some mentors with me in AIMS also, where Dr. Dinda is a good mentor for me. Dr. Sen is a good mentor for me. They may not have influenced me directly on me, but definitely their work has influenced on me. And then I made them my mentors to learn from them. And good, every part of life, it is not only the science which makes you learn this from a mentor. It makes to learn from their culture, their behavior, their writing procedure, their presentations, the way they take the subject, complications that they make easy, how to present. Everything matters from in the research. That has inculcated me. And I believe same my mentorship I am giving to my staff. In a way where how I want my staff to be.
Yes.
How they should behave, how they should culture, how they should be committed, how should be passionate, how should they look to be a good human being. And once you learn you to be a good human being, I am very confident your clinical practice, your research becomes very straight, clean, and gives you outcomes because your conscience is clean here. That's what I do practice in my life. And that mentorship is everywhere for me and being mentor for others. That's how the mentorship
Yes,
is.
sir. You are a mentor and you are a hope for us. That's why we are starting our new show, StemRx Beyond Hopes, with your hope. That you are the hope for world. And for that show, we need your blessings and a few words for that show.
In fact, when we talk of beyond hope, remember the word hope was not there. There had not been any kind of research in the world. If there was no hope, there would have been nothing happening in the world. If there was no hope, there had been continuous mutational changes or evolution taking place would have not been there. Hope is a word which has kept the world moving, and StemRx with my name and with my work is going to be beyond that hope. We are not looking at hope now, we are looking beyond hope. Beyond hope means just don't hope for something good with me. Hope beyond that, visualize the things beyond that, and definitely beyond hope will change the people's life.
Yes.
And they will see what is not possible. Hope is a possible you can see, but beyond hope is not imaginable. And StemRx is going to bring such stories, such lovely happenings, some miraculous thing beyond hope for the people's life to change and bring it back to the quality life. That's what beyond hope.
So, sir, with this hope and with these blessings, I'm not going to say we are going to stop today. I am going to say that we are going to start today with StemRx Beyond Hopes. Thank you for being with us, and we will definitely meet for next sessions with you for your guidance.
In fact, I bless all your team to take this journey of beyond hope and reach to every needy person.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Every person who is hoping from you to deliver the same thing or beyond that to all the people who are in need. Thank you.